Welcome to the weekly top 10 news on geopolitics and geoeconomy made by GGN. 10. Pakistan's government is considering resuming trade with India, in the latest sign that tensions are easing between the two nations. The nuclear-armed neighbors surprised the world last month, with a rare joint commitment to respect a 2003 ceasefire agreement along a disputed border that has seen 3 wars and regular gunfire. Source: Straits Times. 9. ISIS attack on Mozambique last weekend raises prospect of greater US involvement in the African country. The US is in discussions with other countries in the area, worried that the extremist threat could spill over, especially following ISIS incursions from Mozambique into Tanzania last year. Source: The National News. 8. Russia is using vaccine diplomacy in the Maghreb and North Africa to stand out as a serious partner to the countries of the region. It prompted French President Emmanuel Macron concerns of Russian influence in the Maghreb, which is historically considered a traditional French sphere of influence. Source: Al Monitor. 7. The United States Trade Representative, USTR, has announced the suspension of all U.S. engagement with Myanmar, under a trade and investment agreement signed between the two countries, in response to last month's military coup and the subsequent violent crackdown on civilians. Source: The Diplomat. 6. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited recently Bangladesh to develop political and economic ties to undermine Chinese influence in the region. India and the US are keen to undermine Bangladesh's ties with China and integrate it fully into their offensive against Beijing. Bangladesh is a partner in China's Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Source: WSWSORG. 5. Indonesia and Japan have signed a deal enabling exports of Japanese-made defense equipment as they try to boost cooperation amid China's rising assertiveness in regional waters. Indonesia faces tensions in its exclusive economic zone in the waters north of the Natuna Islands with China. Source: Yeni Shafak. 4. India and Japan signed agreements for loans and a grant worth a total of $2.11 billion for crucial infrastructure projects, including Tokyo's first ever aid for a project in the strategic Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is being perceived as significant, in terms of the commitment by India and Japan to work for a free and stable Indo-Pacific. Source: The Hindustan Times. 3. Russia and Venezuela signed new agreements in the military, financial and energy spheres. They were signed after a meeting of the Intergovernmental Commission in Caracas. Source: Sputnik. 2. Iran and China signed a wide-ranging security and economic cooperation agreement, defying U.S. attempts to isolate Iran and advancing Tehran's long-standing efforts to deepen diplomatic ties outside Western powers. The agreement included Chinese investments in projects ranging from nuclear energy, ports, railroads and other infrastructure, to transfer of military technology and investment in Iran's oil and gas industry. In return, China would receive steady supplies of Iranian oil. Source: Wall Street Journal. 1. 20 Chinese military aircraft entered Taiwan's air defense identification zone, in the largest incursion by the Chinese Air Force since Taiwan's defense ministry began disclosing almost daily Chinese military flights over the waters between the southern part of Taiwan and the Taiwan-controlled Pratas Islands in the South China Sea last year. Source: The Guardian. If you like the video, please press like or subscribe. To read daily news and analysis on geopolitics and geoeconomy, you can follow GGN on Twitter, Facebook, or visit the website, which can be found in the description. Thanks a lot. Until next week.